2KMC here with your city events. First, I want to congratulate the Beasts of the East for completing the most races at the latest Mobile One Grand Prix. I'm pretty disappointed in the Knights, Vipers, and Wildcats right now, so don't let me down this weekend at Puma Mania, where you can earn double, triple, and quadruple rep by playing in Puma gear. During the week, you can head to Ante Up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Wacky Wednesday on Wednesdays, and Club 2K on Fridays. Next weekend, it's Rival Day Conquest and Rival Day Championship. Help your affiliation become champions of the city by invading other territories and winning games. To recap, here's our big board of upcoming events in the city. I'm the 2KMC, studying hard for the adult spelling bee. See you next TIME.
Welcome to a new episode of 2K TV.
Playoff season is here. It's our favorite time of year. It's probably yours too. We're excited.
That's right, and there's so many ways you can dive right into the playoff action inside 2K21.
And once again, we're gonna look to the game to see which team will take it all.
Last season, the game got it right with the Lakers taking home the title. What will it predict this year? You're about to find out.
Here's this season's NBA 2K Finals bracket. Opening weekend of the 2021 NBA playoffs was wild. After some surprise wins and a lot of drama, we decided to see how the rest of the postseason would play out in NBA 2K21. The first round featured 4 sweeps with the Blazers, Bucks, Hawks, and Sixers easily handling their business. Plus, the defending champs squeaked past the Suns in a close 7-game series. The Jazz held off the Grizzlies in a feisty 7-game set, and Boston upset Brooklyn in a wild 6-game series. And the Mavericks got their revenge on the Clippers with a gentleman's sweep. The second round featured even more high-stakes drama in the East. Boston needed 7 games to put away a tenacious Bucks team, while the Sixers proved to be too much against a young Hawks core. In the West, Luka continued to light it up in a 5-game series win for the Mavs, while the Lakers took down the Blazers in 6 games. The story of the conference finals was the 7 seeds. In the West, LeBron was seeing 3 rims and 4 wins as the Lakers swept the Mavs with ease. In the East, Boston's post-Jaylen Brown Cinderella run rolled on with a 7-game series win over the Bucks. The stage was set for a classic NBA Finals, Lakers versus Celtics for a record-breaking 13th time. In this new age matchup of a storied rivalry, the torch was officially passed in La La Land as Anthony Davis won Finals MVP and led the Lakers to their 18th NBA championship in franchise history, surpassing the Celtics for most ever. How about that for some NBA history? Are you playing the postseason in MyNBA? Maybe even with some friends? If so, send us your bracket results on social media using the hashtag 2KTVBracket, and you could be featured in a future episode. Last year, I can't believe I said that I was going to hear about last season's championship for another 2 years, but you guys did it again according to NBA 2K. And let's just keep the ball rolling. I'm going to hear about this for another 2 years. So we'll say you'll stop talking about it in 2023 or 24. I don't know. Somewhere along there.
Maybe. But when we three-peat, you'll never hear the end of it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm the 2KMC. I snap my fingers and the segment starts. Here are your top plays of the week. First up is Dylan Jacob 15 in MyTEAM triple threat. Bol pulls up from the free throw line for some reason, and then reverses for some reason, and then flips in the layup. Next play is from Granaldino in the rec. Every play matters in a close game. Running stuff block starts the break in time for the team to net the three at the buzzer. A 5-point swing in about 5 seconds. Next is Casual Mavs fan in MyTEAM triple threat. Blocks the spinning dolphin dunk, snatches the putback, and greens the three on the other end. Who needs a team name anyway? Closing out with Austin Allen in the Pro-Am. Look, we know you love game winners and double lobs, so we thought, clearly this has to go in, right? Then we heard the giggle and our hand was forced. So if you love that kind of stuff, vote D. Time to vote. Choose the top play of the week and submit your top plays to social media using the hashtag 2KTVWow. I'm the 2KMC and I have to go do a voiceover for Super Unicorn Adventure Surprise. Don't judge. It's a good show.
As of right now, Damian Lillard's Trailblazers are making their 8th run at that elusive NBA championship. Could this be the year for them?
Well, the NBA 2K21 cover athlete is always a champion in our book, and he never fails to entertain. We caught up with Dame at the beginning of the season to chat about his music. Take a look.
It's Dame Dollar. Overflow of success, so unapologetic. Scared money make none, tell them Dollar said it. If I ever had to fail or come up short, I move forward.
Dame, you're not only on the cover of 2K this year, but you also have 2 songs on the soundtrack and is featured on a 3rd. But before we dive into those songs, let's start from the beginning. I were to ask 10-year-old Dame what you wanted to be when you grew up, what would you have said?
I think 10-year-old Dame would have been like, I want to be an NBA player. But if you would have asked me that maybe a year or 2 before that, I probably would have told you I want to be in the WWF or WWE, should I say.
You wanted to be a wrestler.
I did. I love wrestling like that deeply.
So then what would your wrestling name have been?
At the time, I never thought of like what my name would be. But right now, it would probably be like Damian Lillard or something like that. You know, that's my alter ego that I made up a while back. So, you know.
So did you have any aspirations when you were 10 to become a musical artist?
Well, when I was about 10, I was when like a lot of people around me did music. Like my cousin Baby, rest in peace, from New York. Like they would come to California and they would just be rapping all the time and playing stuff for us. And they really rubbed off on my cousin Deuce, Brookfield Deuce. And I remember him shooting a video in front of my grandmother's house when I was probably 9 or 10. I know he got the footage somewhere, but I was acting in his video. And around that time, that's when I started to really like start thinking of rhymes and thinking of bars and stuff like that.
So how were your rhymes back then?
I would say they was kind of weak. At that time, it was more like I was trying to rhyme the words. You know, I wasn't really having a whole lot to say. So as opposed to now, the main thing that I took from Deuce was just how you got to keep growing and keep challenging yourself. It's similar to like what I would have to do in my NBA career. High school, I had to, you know, improve my pace and how fast I got my shot off, and then ball handling, and then watching film. It's like, you got to just keep growing. I look at myself and I'm honest about stuff that I'm like, all right, you know, nobody would probably tell me I don't do this that well, but I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna address it, you know, because I know in the end of the day, it'll make me a better player. And with music, that's Like, that's the number one thing. And like just accepting the fact that it could be better, you know, and I took that from, you know, just seeing him and how he goes about his music.
And now you're in the 2K soundtrack. That's awesome.
So it all, like, it didn't just happen, you know what I'm saying? I went through a lot to become the player that I am. And the same thing, like with the music, obviously not on the same level, but, you know, it's got me here,
So then let's talk about your songs in the 2K soundtrack. It's Did To It and Kobe, and then you are featured as well with Handle Life Story with Dribble Too Much.
Look, I got a lot of chicken. Always had a pot how my job was tripping. Pops was on a proper mission, now I got some distance.
Did To It was a song that me and Bluefield Deuce did during the quarantine. When I was just in the house, I set up my studio. I had a bunch of equipment in my basement, and I ended up setting it up. So I started recording music just from the house. My engineer was running the session remotely. We was like, man, this sounds like a video game song.
I was demanding the civic, now I'm demanding attention, but I got humble intention.
And then I also learned that Kobe was gonna be on the Legend cover. I wanted to do a song that showed Kobe some love.
Pull it back, Kobe. Rest in peace to the Mamba and baby Gigi. Still remember where I was standing after the 3P. Fro was lined up yelling Kobe, but playing Pee-wee. Who you know that shoot the freebie right after they tear Achilles?
But that's like, that was the one I was really proud of. And it just kind of fit because, you know, him being on that cover, me being on the cover of the game. And it was just like organic. To me, it just made perfect sense.
Kicked out of school in the 8th, said I was a waste of talent.
Handle Life Story, he hit me and was like, I'm trying to get this song on 2K. I think it's gonna work. What you think about it? And I liked it. So, I mean, I was already recording. So I just did it, you know, and then he came back to me like, yeah, it's gonna be on the game or whatever, but I couldn't tell him I was a cover athlete until it was released. So I was just like, oh, that's what's up. We're gonna be on 2K, but I mean, that's kind of the story of those three songs.
Growing up beside your cousin, who were your greatest musical influences?
I was a huge Tupac fan. I was a big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. Still am to this day. I love Nas. I love Common. Like with Tupac, just I can paint a picture in my mind of what I'm hearing in his music. When people hear my rhymes, I want them to be able to see it and be like, man, like we can piece this together. It's always been that way because of like those artists that I listen to.
What about anybody on your playlist that we wouldn't expect you to listen to right now?
I don't know what y'all would expect, but I listen some of Taylor Swift's album, 1989, Sam Smith in The Lonely Hour. I like NSYNC. I would say those three, probably like NSYNC, Taylor Swift, and Sam Smith.
Are there any songs that you associate now with 2K?
I remember when I was in college, it was 2K10 came out with Kobe on the cover. And the song that was on there that I always think of is called Champion by Ron. Meta World Peace is the artist. I was in college and I was just like nonstop. Come from class, play 2K10. Practice 2K10 all night. Like I heard that song so many times that I was just like, dang, that's the song I think of.
Well, one of the greatest players ever said that boy serious, he not afraid of anything after he played you your rookie year. That is awesome for Kobe to say. And when he said that to you, was it like, I don't know, like a real recognized real moment, or what were you thinking?
I saw a reporter tweeted it, and I didn't think it was real at first. And then people started sending it to me and I started getting kind of excited. Like Kobe don't give no compliments. Like that made me feel like real good about myself, especially, being a rookie.
So how has Kobe influenced your game on the court, and what about off the court?
I would say on the court, just the mentality. You got to work for it. You got to earn it. You got to be willing to put the time in. And I've heard countless stories about how hard he worked. A teammate of mine, a few years back, Chris came and played with Kobe, and he was talking about when Kobe tore his Achilles and how he was just doing like 1,000 calf raises, and he just was doing like crazy stuff. One of the greatest players ever is willing to do all these little things and take all these little steps at, this late in his career. Then I'm not doing enough. I need to work harder, and I think I work pretty hard, and I think a lot of that was influenced by, just watching somebody like Kobe.
All right, last question. What's next for you in your music career? What are your goals?
What's next? I got more music that I'm finishing up that I'm going to try to put out soon. But I just want to continue to put out quality music and prove that I can be recognized on a high level in music, just, as well as basketball.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure talking to you, Dave.
Likewise.
We built a hard-charging 37-mile-per-gallon turbo hybrid to help you find your next story. The 2021 Sorento Turbo Hybrid, the world's first storytelling machine.
Rev your engines, because it's time for the final weekend of Full Throttle. That means it's your last chance to collect all 4 rings for Dark Matter Elgin Baylor, and it's also your last chance to reach level 40 for Dark Matter Vince Carter. And if you're looking for an excuse to explore MyTEAM, right now there's a limited time event going on with new cards available for playing and winning in different modes. Plus, out of position 2-packs. A fan favorite that is back for another installment. Could your lineup use a new point guard? I bet it can. And if so, can I interest you in Dark Matter LeBron, Giannis, and DeMarcus Cousins? Maybe you need a new center. If that's the case, how about Galaxy Opal Larry Bird and Pink Diamond Ben Simmons? Also available is the newest Invincible card, the OG Mr. Triple-Double, Oscar Robertson. And I know you want to stay up to date with all the latest locker codes, so make sure you're following us on Twitter at NBA2K_MyTEAM. You won't regret it. Until next time, finish the season strong and leave no card uncollected.
If you entered the Shoe Creator Contest, you won't want to miss next week's episode.
The finalists will be revealed.
And you guys get to vote for your favorites. I cannot wait because I know who my favorites are. You guys really stepped it up this year. Good job.
There's been so much creativity in the designs. I can't wait to see which ones you choose to be in game.
So check back next week for that. And until then, enjoy the game.
Yo, I'm the 2KMC, and I'm here to talk about the upcoming neighborhood events. Put your phone down, I have some info you do not want to miss. This weekend, make your way to the 2K Beach Party. On Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all games played on the 2K Beach will be worth double rep. Make sure you bring your sunscreen, because I am not sharing mine. My SPF 300 bottle is limited edition. On Wednesday, share the ball at dime time. Work with the community to reach the assist goal, and if the goal is met, you'll all be rewarded. Next weekend, speed up with Rush 3v3. Win 4 games in a row for a chance to earn exclusive MyPlayer items, VC, and more. To recap, here's our big board of upcoming events in the neighborhood. I've been the 2KMC, standing by until another recording session. Won't move a muscle. I'm good like that.